Hello friends, this video on Thermodynamics part 10 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching the video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 9. We have seen the examples where the volumes were constant. Right? But it is not always the case. The volume is always not constant, right? The volume increase or decrease. And there is a work done. If the system is expanding, that means system is doing some work. The volume is increasing. System is contracting. Somebody is doing work on the system. That means we can see this. The volume is linked with the work. There is something called pressure volume work because the volume is linked with the work. The change in volume is linked with the work. If volume is increasing, then the system is doing some work. Volume is contracting, that means somebody is working on the system, right? If there's a bar like this, I have given this example also, where if there's a gas and if it expands, and there is a, let's suppose a wood plank here, it covers this, if the system expands, it will go up. If you put some iron rod here, it will go down, right? In that case, if you go down, you're putting some work here, volume is contracting. If system is doing work, then it will expand and it will go up. So the pressure volume work is some kind of work which is there. So we'll take one scenario of irreversible compression scenario. Irreversible problem because most of the process is irreversible. So let's understand the irreversible process. Although it is easy actually. So let's assume I have this cylinder with a gas here. This is my gas, and this gets squeezed. And the piston here, I am applying some pressure on this external work I am doing, and I am contracting it. And the external pressure which I have put is constant. Constant external pressure I am putting. I am contracting this. So this becomes this. There is a change in volume. I have to find the work done in this case. Okay. I know the formula from physics, that is, work is nothing but force into displacement. This is something I know from physics. Okay, that is nothing but force into L. L is this distance, let's suppose. And let's suppose this distance is L, the compression is L. But I have pressure area. I have pressure here. And I am looking for force. Is there any relation between force and pressure? Yes, there is. We have seen that force is nothing but pressure into area. In this case, we are using P external, so I'll just put P external. So let's put this force here. So my work will become what? So this equation will become what? Force becomes pressure into area, Px into area, and L was there. Now if you see, L into area is what? If this is my area of this cross section and you multiply with this becomes a volume. Correct? This is the volume, delta volume. See, this is my area of the piston. Area of piston, let's suppose if it's pi r square, let's suppose r is the radius of this, and this is the L here. So pi r square L, if you see, this is nothing but volume of cylinder, this much cylinder. That is the change in volume. So this is nothing but change in volume. So if you see this, let's assume this is my piston like this, and it went from here to here. This is L. This the whole area came out to be pi r square into L. That is A into L, because A is nothing but my pi r square here. Let's see this. So A into L is what? A into L is nothing but delta V. Please note, A into L is delta V. This becomes P external into delta V. Change in volume. Okay. Change in volume. P external becomes area into L becomes delta V. And delta V here is negative. If you see, delta V is nothing but we generally use V final minus V initial. That's the convention we use, right? We don't take the absolute value of delta V here, because delta V by formula is V final by V initial. Since the work is done on the system, that means system has gained internal energy in this case, right? If this is negative, this is positive, the whole thing is negative here. I want to make it positive, so I'll add a negative here. Why? I'll write here, put a negative sign. This becomes minus Px delta V. Why? Because work done on system. See, because this convention is just we are following to make our life easy to understand things. Here, if you take the absolute value of delta V, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. Everything is positive. But generally, when you talk about delta V, you talk about Vf, V final minus V initial. Here, V final is less, V initial is more. This value is negative, because that's what delta V we take here. Delta V we got was the logical one, right? So delta V is V final minus V initial mathematically, and that is negative. But if that is negative, this is positive, the whole thing is negative. That means this says that work is done by system, but actually the work is done on system as per our sign convention. So we'll put one negative sign here. So my work becomes minus P external into delta V, where delta V is not the absolute delta V, not the absolute change in volume. For example, if volume changed from 4 to 1, I am talking about delta V is 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. See, if you take the absolute value of delta V, it will come out to be 3. But I am not talking about absolute value here, I am talking about the Vf minus Vi, V final minus V initial. This is the formula we got. Work done by external constant pressure, whether it changed the volume by delta V, will be minus P external into delta V. That is the formula. Now this formula will be applicable for expansion scenario also. If you see, in that case, expansion scenario, my volume will increase, so volume final will be greater than volume initial. So Vf minus Vi will be negative. Sorry, this will be positive. Vf minus Vi. Positive. So positive into positive is positive, plus minus sign is negative. So the work done is negative, that means system is expanding. Correct. This is the general formula we'll get, will applicable for all scenarios, expansion and contraction. That is, work done is minus P external into delta V. Very critical formula, please remember this. Work done is minus P external into delta V. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.